Ah, thank you. Thank you, Isa, for your help. Thank you so much. And so we try to recap. Of course, the motivation is always good. We try to have a strong and powerful motivation for the sake of all the beings. And that's the affective side. And the cognitive side would be the debates that we have together and with a good mood and good heart and sharp mind. Okay, so it seems that we have the third session now because we had the first season. We started last year, I guess. Then during the break, we delved into the logic, the mind and psychology and so on. And now we started a new season together. So of course, the debates come from the Buddha himself. He debated with others, in India a long time ago. And usually we rely on the Buddha of wisdom, Arya Manjushri, and that's why the designs are linked with him like this wheel of swords. Okay, then we have the defender and the challenger. The challenger runs the show, we could say, and the defender sometimes can be can try to trick as well the challenger. Usually the challenger tries to trick the defender, but it can be the way around. And sometimes in the same debate, we can be a challenger and a defender or the way around. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, then of course, the good heart and the good motivation, good mind, everything goes together. And we saw last time that the basics that we are studying now, according to one tenet in the Buddhist tradition, the Sotrantika, and one specific Sotrantika following the reasoning. Yeah? Okay, so that's just a tiny point. Okay, and we saw also existent, the category or the generality existent, which means phenomenon. Anything that exists goes into that category. Yeah, okay. We haven't touched the non-existent for now, except when we mentioned horn of the rabbit, square, round, and so on. But usually, yes, it's important to know why a non-existent doesn't exist. Yeah, for instance, the self, the self that we grasp at. Yeah, so something like this. Okay, but here we try to just discover what means phenomenon or existent, and we saw the main divisions are one and different. Of course, there are many others, but those are the basics allowing to define what is a phenomenon and how a phenomenon is different from another one. Yeah. If we have just one cup, for instance, cup, the subject cup, we cannot say if it is contradictory or if it is 3p, 4p, and so on. It is just one. Yeah. So that's all we could say. Okay, the subject cup is one with cup, and that's all. We could say that the subject cup is a phenomenon which is not different from cup, and that's all. But as long as we have a difference, yeah, a minimal difference, we can compare phenomena and we can say, okay, contradictory, equivalent, 3p and 4p. So is that clear for everyone what means contradictory? If it's not clear, dare to ask, yeah? Maybe it's not really, yeah, Panavila, it's not clear for you after 3 seasons.
What to do? The mind is very tricky. So
Yeah, I'm
you
sure
just
it's clear
said
for you, yeah?
you gave an example. So one and different.
Yeah,
You said cup, and cup is one with cup. So it
exactly.
is one, and there is no other different. But if one with means something, one with something would almost mean as though there happens to be something else.
Mm.
Right? Because otherwise, why would even one with come? With means there are two.
Okay. Yes. Yes, we can say that, you know, if it exists, it is either one or different. So you get that already. And if it exists, it is either one with cup or different from cup. Do you agree with that?
If it exists, it is either one
With
one
cup?
or different, but one
Yes.
with cup, I'm not agreeing yet.
Yes. We could say that any existent, any phenomenon can fall into two categories, one with cup or different from cup. Yeah, for
Okay.
instance,
Okay.
table, is table different from cup or one with cup?
Different from cup.
Exactly. So we could say that the list of different from cup is very long, but the list of one with cup, what goes into one with cup is very short. It's only cup. Only cup
Okay.
falls into that category, into that
Okay,
element.
that's good because it going on the different from and one with makes sense how it is. Thank
Yes,
you.
very good. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so then I sent in the WhatsApp a few, yes, please, Tara.
Quick review again then on contradiction. It's just, it doesn't have a common base.
Yes, exactly. Both
Because-
exist. They are different and they have no common base.
And
Exactly.
they have no common, that's the way to say it. It's not that a cup and a table are actually different, where basically they would have to not have a common base. And like for a cup and a table,
Yes, they are.
do they have a common base?
Could you find a common base? Do you remember what is a common base?
Eh, um, well, common base, it has to be within, do we say within both? No,
Yes, we could say that it has to exist. It has to be a phenomenon which is both.
which
Yeah,
is
so
both. If we
yeah,
gave it
so
a color, then that's if we gave it a color. If we said like a red cup and a red table.
yeah, so it would mean that red would be a common base between cup
Yeah,
and table. So it
yes.
follows that the subject red is a table.
No. Okay, so the contradiction can be a contradiction literally in the sense of a table and a cup they're not the same.
Yes, they are not the
Okay,
same.
but
And
okay.
furthermore, there is nothing which can be both. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing that can be both. Not
Of
the
course, they
same.
can share some characteristics, some common characteristics. Yes, they are both impermanent. They are both existent. They both have the color red, for instance. Yes, but
Right.
none of those characteristics is a common base between the two.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Okay, fantastic.
Um,
So,
can
yes,
we
please.
can we also think of an example which has a common base, because common base is not quite clear in my head yet.
Yes. For instance, if we say, okay, if we say, for instance, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's husband, do they have a common base?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yes, it's the same person,
This,
which is
yeah,
called differently. Yeah, we could say also among color and red, do we have a common base?
color.
Yeah, color, or is color a common base between color and red? Is color red? It
Yes.
follows the subject color is red.
Yes.
Color is red. Red is color, yeah? But is color red? The subject color?
No.
No, exactly. Yeah. So if we
Okay.
look for a common base between color and red, it has to be both a color and red, yeah?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
So for instance, the color of a monk's robe. Yeah, the color of a monk's robe is a color and is red.
Yes,
So it's a common base between the two, yeah?
got it.
Very good. Fantastic. Okay. So usually speaking, we start a debate in a very formal debate like this, but here we skip that usually. Okay, well, I guess that you don't know the difference between the two, red cup and cup. So the very first answer should be the reason is not established. That's just the formal debate like this, the reason is not established. Okay, so it follows that you know the difference between the two, red cup and cup, of course, among contradictory equivalent 3P and 4P. Okay, and then we should say accept because we had a few days to check that. Accept, posit. So what would you say? You can check on Google Rinpoche, as Isar said before, the recordings. Okay, let's check. Your first job. Yes, please.
I think 3P.
3P.
3P. 3P. Okay, we have a few 3P. Yes, so of course it's not easy to answer like this from the start, but if you get used to the reasonings, yeah, the very first job that the defender has to do is to check, do we find A and B, a common base between the two? That's the very first job that we have to do, yeah. So what would be in the middle, for instance, yeah. Okay, then after you can check what is A, not B. Then what is B, not A, and what is none of them. So if you check like this, if you're used to that kind of research, then the answer comes more easily, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so Palavila, if you say 3P, it follows that you can posit a common base between the two, red cup and cup.
The red cup in your room.
Okay. How do you know that? How do you know that there is a red cup in my room?
I'm omniscient.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Just to recap, what is a common base? What we said before. Yeah, we need to check something which is both, which has to be a red cup and which has to be a cup. Yeah. So the red cup in my room, for instance. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the red cup in my room. It follows that it is a red cup.
Accept.
Yes, it is, and it follows it is a cup.
Accept.
Yes, it is a cup because
It performs the function of holding liquids.
okay. Okay, so it follows that the subject, a vase, is a cup. No, I'm joking. Yes, we could have said, okay, it follows it is a cup. It is a cup because it is a red cup. We could have said so as well. Yeah, so you can find many answers. Yeah. So here, I'm not sure if there is a definition of cup. Usually, there is a definition of pot or vase, but there is no definition of cup. So we could give a definition, why not? Okay, so everybody agrees that the subject, a red cup, is the red cup in my room is a red cup and a cup.
Accept.
So it is a common base between the two.
Accept.
Yeah. Okay, it's a phenomenon which is both. Yeah, that's the meaning of that. Yeah. And who said also 3P? Sarabi, I guess, no?
I did, yeah.
Yes, okay. Your name is Sarab, no?
Surabhi.
Oh, sorry, Surib. Okay, so you said 3P as well?
Yeah.
Surabi.
Yes, Surabhi. Yes.
I don't read properly. I should pull my glass out.
That's okay.
Okay. Okay, so very good. So if you said 3P, you can posit the perversion. Yeah, if it is A, it's necessarily B, but if it is B, it's not necessarily A. How would you formulate that?
So the other circle can be a blue cup, maybe.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Mm,
Yeah, we could say if it is a cup, it's not necessarily a red cup.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. And would you agree if we say if it is a red cup, it's necessarily a cup?
If it is a no.
If it is a red cup, it's not necessarily a cup.
If it is a red cup, it's not necessarily it is a cup, but if it's a cup, then it's not necessarily a red cup.
Yes, very good. Very good. Yeah, so if it is a red cup, it's necessarily a cup. So if we check what could be a red cup without being a cup, there's nothing.
There's nothing. Okay.
Yeah, because if it is a red cup, it has to be a cup. Yeah, so there is nothing
Okay.
which would be a red cup without being a cup. Yeah, so we could put a red cross here or just put it blank. Yeah, other way.
Yeah,
Okay, so if you say, okay, if it is a cup, it's not necessarily a red cup, for instance.
I accept.
Yes, what could you posit as an illustration of a cup which is not a red cup?
A
As you
blue
said
cup.
before. Yes. Yes, exactly. You haven't read my slides yet before, yeah?
I
It's
did today's exercise and I came up with the 3 possibility thing.
very good. Yeah, think by yourself. That's so important, yeah. Critical
Yes.
analysis, very fantastic. Okay, so it follows that the subject, a blue cup, is a cup. Yes, okay, it is a cup because, as Palavila said, it is able to perform the function of a cup. Yeah, why not? We could say so. Okay, and it follows that the subject, a blue cup, is not a red cup.
Accept.
I accept.
It is not. It is not because. Then you can justify. You can give a reason. It is not a red cup because.
It's a blue cup.
Yes. Very good. So it follows that the subject, a blue cup, is a blue cup because it is a blue cup.
Because its color is blue.
Yes, very good. Yes, then in that case, we have a slight difference between the subject and the reason. That's much more accurate according to logic, because if there
Hmm.
is no difference at all
Hmm.
between subject or the predicate or the reason and so on, we could say it's a non-established reason. But if we have a slight difference, then that works, yeah? Okay, so it follows that the subject, a blue cup, is not a red cup because it has the color blue. That's wonderful.
Can we
Yeah,
also
very
say
good.
that it's a different color? Just say that. It's a
Yes,
different
because exactly. We could say because its color is contradictory with red. Because if we say because it's a different color, we could say, okay, the subject, a light red cup, has a color which is different from a red cup. Yeah, still a light red cup is a red cup.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why the difference, I'm not sure it would be enough. Still, if we say because the color of a blue cup is contradictory with the color of a red cup,
It's
that works.
totally
Yeah?
different. That works.
Or we can say
Very
a cup
good.
that is not red.
Yeah, because it is a cup which is not red. But I would say, we could say if the challenger is a bit vicious, we could say it follows that if it is a cup, it's necessarily not red. Because it's necessarily not a color.
Oh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yes. We
So
could
I
say
would have
because
to qualify a cup that is that does not have the color red.
yes, exactly. Exactly. So it follows that if a cup doesn't have the color red, it necessarily has the color blue.
It could have any color, but it is not the red cup anymore, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, cannot be a red cup.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Wow. Okay, so if we say 3P, then we need to posit something which is none of them. What could it be?
A spoon.
A spoon. Yes. A spoon. What did I put? Yes, the
A
pink
pink one.
elephant, like a non-existent, but a spoon is better because it belongs to phenomena. Okay, we could put also the blue unicorn. Okay, non-existent as well. Table, and what else? tree. Yes, spoon is perfect. Yeah. Okay, so the subject spoon. It follows it is not a red cup.
I accept.
Okay, it is not a red cup because
Because it is different and performs a different function.
yes, exactly. We could say also because they are contradictory. Because the spoon is contradictory with red cup. Yes, does it work? Yes, fantastic. Okay, very good. So it follows that if a spoon, okay, so Bob is already okay, so I don't need to go further. Yes, fantastic. Okay, so now we have something, I don't know if it's tricky or not, we will see. Well, I guess you don't know the difference between the two, cup and handle of the cup. The reason is not established. Okay, so it follows you can posit the difference between the two, cup and the handle of the cup.
I came up with contradictory.
Contradictory for Surabhi. Wow.
Me too.
Who else?
Contradictory.
Yes, Pallavi as well. Okay, yes, we have a few people who would say contradictory. Okay, so it follows that there is no common base between the two, the cup and the handle of the cup. Yes, please.
I just want to go back a little bit between
Yes.
spoon and cup.
Yes. Yes.
They both function as holding liquids and something that you can drink a liquid with.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes. So we could say that they could perform similar functions. Yeah, we can say also that they can perform the similar functions of to be observed by a valid cognition. Yeah, to be observed by an eye consciousness, for instance. So they can be both observed by someone, by any cognition and so on. So they can have similar functions. Still, we could say, okay, if you want to buy a cup to the shop and the
Yes,
the
the label,
merchant,
it's a different, referent is different. The label is different.
yes, exactly. We could say if we have the definition of spoon and the definition of cup, we could say that they are contradictory. Yeah, because one, the form is different, the shape is different, and so on. Yeah. And yes, of course, they can both hold water, hold the liquid. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why we need to check, you know, there are some phenomena, they are so similar. They are so similar in their shape or they have the same color, for instance, but still their functions are very different. They are even contradictory. Yeah. So that's
actually,
why.
can I ask, because they're bringing up a good point. I gave the reason to be contradictory, but because they were performing a function, I thought they are different and they perform a different function. But if they happen to
Yeah.
perform the same function, then are they not contradictory anymore?
Yeah, the challenger would say, okay, so it follows that a spoon and a cup are not contradictory because they can perform the same function. Then we have a problem. Yeah, for instance, two human beings can perform the function to speak, to listen, to think, to make sport, and so on. So does it mean that they are not contradictory? Still, there are two people, yeah, two different people. There is no common base between two persons, yeah. So
Okay.
yes, many phenomena belong to the same category. Yeah, like you can have a table made of wood and a cup made of wood and a spoon made of wood. So they are all made of wood. So they belong to the same category of things which are made of wood. Still, they are all mutually contradictory.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Very
my
good.
reason was wrong then. I should not give that reason performing a function to be a differentiator, to prove that they're contradictory. It doesn't prove that they're contradictory. That's what was just happening. Okay.
Yes. Yes, in that case, yeah. If we say because they don't, because a spoon and a cup, yes, accomplish different functions, yes. Okay, we could say they can accomplish contradictory functions. Yeah, for instance, the cup of today performs the function of producing the cup of tomorrow. And the spoon of today is able to accomplish the function to produce the spoon of tomorrow. So in that case, their functions are contradictory.
Yeah. So they can have functions that are contradictory. They can have functions that are equivalent.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean so in the debate I can find a way to escape, but the reality is that there was a point that I was caught. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, that's
Um,
good to check like this. Yeah. Yeah, please.
even if they were performing the same function, or just because they are named differently, just because one is called spoon and one is called a cup, can we say that it is slightly different in our thought? Like for
Yes.
example, we were discussing H2O and water earlier, and
Yes, exactly.
and we came to the conclusion that they were different but equivalent. But H2O and water is different because it's named differently.
Yes, exactly.
So
Exactly.
that,
It's named differently. And we could say that spoon and cup are named differently, but also their meanings are different.
yeah,
Are different. Yeah, the name and the meaning, yeah, both are different. Yeah, very good. Yes, and not only different, but also contradictory. Yeah, because we can say
yeah,
we can say like H2O and water, they are different. Okay, only the name is different, but the meaning
yeah,
is the same. Yeah, very good. But we could say, for instance, in the philosophy, we can say like, yeah, when we say the meaning, it can mean the definition. Yeah. So the definition is the whole set of characteristics in the Buddhist philosophy. It's not something written in a book, like
right,
we could. It's the whole set of characteristics. Like for instance, wet and moistening is the thing itself. Yeah, it's not something written in a dictionary.
yeah,
Yeah. So when we say the meaning, it refers to the definition. We could say that two phenomena have different names and two different meanings, but still can be equivalent, like impermanent and cause, for instance. If it's a cause, it has to be impermanent, and if it is impermanent, it has to be a cause. But both have different names and different definitions as well.
yeah.
Still, they are equivalent.
So how about a human and a person?
Yes, this one we will see thereafter.
Okay,
We will see
all
the
right.
debate. Very good. We will see that. Okay, so we had, yes, everybody agrees that the cup and the handle of the cup are contradictory. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because the cup is the whole and the handle of the cup is a part of the whole. So part and whole, they are necessarily contradictory. Necessarily contradictory. Yeah, so that's why in the Madhyamaka, in the Prasangika Madhyamaka, the highest tenet of the Buddhist philosophy, when we are checking someone, for instance, in his or her aggregates, we are looking for an inherent someone. We are not looking just for someone, because already the Sautrantika are okay to say that the whole is not the part. So still, it's a very low type of philosophy. So they still agree to say that the table is not the board. The table is more than that, and the cup is not the handle of the cup. It's more than that. Yeah. So the whole cannot be found in the parts, even for the Sautrantika. So that's why if we get used to that, then after in the Prasangika, we know, oh, we are looking for an inherent cup in the parts. Yeah, that's very different. Okay. Okay, so no common base. They are different and no common base, so they are contradictory. Very good. Still, when you hold the one, you hold the other. So they are one entity. The part and the whole are one entity. Yeah, everybody agrees? Okay, very good. they are one entity, because for the direct perception, there is no possibility to distinguish them, except if you cut the handle of the cup, then in that case, if it's broken, you can see the handle somewhere and the cup somewhere else. That's possible. But when the cup and the handle of the cup are fused together, then for the direct perception, there is no difference. So that's why they are one entity. Yeah, but still contradictory. Wow, fantastic. Wow. Okay, so let's check this one. Well, I'm sure you don't know the difference between the two, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. So the answer is the reason is not established. Okay, so it follows that you know the difference between the two, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Of course. Accept. Posit. Okay. So who says contradictory equivalent 3P, 4P?
So I wrote down 4 possibilities, but now I think it's contradictory.
Ah, sharpening the mind. Very good. Yes, if we say 4 possibilities, then we have a common base.
I
Yeah, for
was
instance,
thinking, for instance, human could be a common base, but it's not.
it's not. It's not because
Because Barack and
it cannot be Barack Obama and Michelle Obama at the same time.
Right.
yes, yes, human being is none of them. Yeah, yeah, it's a generality. Yeah, they are both human beings. Yeah, but human being itself is none of them. Very good. Okay, so contradictory. Yes, sure for everyone. Contradictory, unless you could find a common base. Yeah, for instance, one of the daughters of Barack and Michelle Obama, could she be a common base between the two?
No, because she is a different entity and she's
Yeah.
different from Barack Obama and different from Michelle Obama. So she cannot.
Yes, she's different from them,
But what
and
about
yes, please.
Obama family? Because
Ah,
both of them belong to the Obama family.
yes, yes, we can say that they are members of the Obama family. But if we speak about the Obama family, that's the group, the whole itself, yeah, the category itself, and that category is none of them.
No, but then if she says couple, the Obama couple.
Yes, in
Obama
that case,
couple, yes.
it follows that the subject, the Obama couple, is both Barack and Michelle Obama. One couple
And
can be 2 persons.
One couple can be 2?
2 persons.
Yeah, that's the definition of couple. They're 2 people.
Okay. Like for instance, okay, a bunch of flowers. Is it one or many?
A
A
bunch of
bunch?
flowers. A bunch of
Ah,
flowers
is one.
is one.
yes,
okay. One bunch
yes,
is one.
yes, because if you go to the flower shop and you want to buy one bunch of flowers and you pay for many, would you be okay with that? No, you pay only for one.
One. A bunch of flowers
Okay.
is one.
Yes, one bunch of flowers. It's made of many flowers, but it is one bunch.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
here.
why, which is why we have a common base, because a couple, the Obama couple is one couple, and it is
Yes,
both Barack Obama. I see. It cannot be both, because then they'd have to be fused together.
yeah, because if we say one couple can be 2 persons, then one can be equal to 2. I'm not very good in mathematics, but usually speaking, one is not equal to 2, yeah? It is made of 2 parts, of 2 members.
Maybe in philosophy, it's okay.
Yes, for instance, the bunch of flowers, yeah, it is made of many flowers. But it is one group of flowers. It is one bunch of flowers, yeah? Yeah, for the couple, that's the same. It is one couple and it has two parts, the two persons, yeah? But as we
So,
said, the parts and the whole, they are contradictory, yeah?
yeah, so the couple is one entity in that case.
Yes, we
One
can say,
couple is one entity.
yes, we can say. So usually speaking, if the phenomenon is one, it cannot be one entity. It is an entity, but it is not the same entity or one entity because it has to be compared with something else. But we can say, Apolinala, we can say that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama are one entity with the couple of Obama.
Okay.
Yeah. We can say that
Okay.
the parts are one entity with the whole. Yeah, the members
Mhm.
are one entity with the association itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Fantastic. So even the daughter, one of the daughters of Barack and Michelle, is none of them. Is
Except.
none of them. Perfect. So they are contradictory. Yes, very good. Bravo. Okay. Okay. So what did we say after? Ah, yes, yes. Okay. Well, I'm sure.
Christopher,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, please.
So what would be the relationship between one and the couple Barack and Michelle Obama?
Yes, we could say between one and the couple, Michelle and Barack Obama, we could say 3P.
Okay.
Yeah, like for
Whatever.
instance.
Yeah.
Okay, I will put the slide here. Yeah, okay. Without the actor. Okay. Okay, yes. If we say one couple and one, yeah. If it is one couple, is it necessarily one?
Yes, accept.
Yes, very good. It is necessarily one because you know your by heart your definitions. You know the definition of one.
Not diverse phenomena, existent and not diverse.
Yes, because it is a phenomenon which is not diverse. Yeah, so it follows that if it is a phenomenon which is not diverse, it's necessarily one.
Accept.
Very good. But if it is one, is it necessarily one couple?
No.
No, for instance.
A bunch of flowers.
Yes, it follows that the subject, a bunch of flowers, is one.
Accept.
It is one because?
Because the eye consciousness cannot separate it, the direct
Yeah.
perception.
Okay.
Or because
Yes.
it's not diverse phenomena, it's existent and not.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Mhm.
was trying to check some trick, but no time for that. Yes, because it is a phenomenon which is not diverse. Okay. So a bunch of flowers, okay, it is one, but the subject, a bunch of flowers, is not a couple.
Accept.
It's not a couple of flowers.
It is couple of flowers.
It's a couple of flowers, but it's not a couple.
Okay, yes, very good. It is a couple of flowers, but not a couple. So it follows that if it is a couple of flowers, it's not necessarily a couple. Yes, it's not. Yes, it's not necessarily a couple.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, very good. Okay. So yes, and okay. So we said between one and one couple, 3P, yeah? Something which is both the couple Obama, it is one and one couple. Then we have something which is one but not a couple, a bunch of flowers, and something which is none of them.
The blue unicorn, or maybe something that's not one, like diverse phenomena.
Yes. Like for instance, here we have.
Two people.
Yes, exactly. Two people, two different people, yeah. So they are different. It follows that if they are different, they are necessarily not one.
Accept.
Very good. So yes, 3P, yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Wow. Very good. Yes. Even DiCaprio is happy. Okay, well, I'm sure you don't know the difference between the two. A person with short hair and a brown-haired person.
Reason
And
not
now
established.
yes, always start to panic like Sheldon. But yes, we should say the reason is not established. Very good. So it follows that you know the difference between the two. A person with short hair and a brown-haired person.
Except.
Yes, pose it.
Verb.
For P, for Palavila. Yes, would that be as well?
For
Seems
P,
to be
yes.
okay for P as well. Who else?
I seem to be more lost this time.
Ah, yes.
I'm catching on the words and I don't know. I'm having a bit of a disconnect. It's okay. Let me just
Yes.
listen.
Especially for that debate or what we said
No, yeah, I don't,
before.
I think the last time that I was learning, I'm having a different perception. Like these circles made sense last year or whatever. And now all of a sudden the circles aren't making sense. So I'm just trying to listen to the language. I don't know. Sorry about that. If I'm having kind of a little,
No problem. Yeah, we have the circle A and
I
the
got them
circle B.
before, and this time they're not, for some reason, not connecting with the language for me.
Ah,
Sorry.
okay. Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
So I'm
Yeah, because
listening. So I don't know that. Yeah, person. Okay, I'm listening.
yes, when exactly when we have, for instance, yeah, blue and red, it seems to fit more with the circles, yeah. But when we speak about persons, it seems to be odd. Yeah. Okay. So, like for instance, yes, we could say that yeah,
Will it be 3P relationship?
3P, Apolinala. Okay. Okay, so it means that you have A and B, yeah, so you have a common base. Then what is your
Pervision is a person with short hair is not necessarily a brown-haired person,
okay.
and a brown-haired person is not necessarily a person with short hair.
Ah, so if it is not necessary in each case, there is no perversion. So
So it's 4P. Because
so
there's
it's
no
4P.
pervasion on both. Yeah, if it's not necessarily on both sides. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Very good. So in each case, you have a common base, yeah? So what we are looking for a person. Yes, a person, yeah. So at the same time has short hair and brown hair.
Tara's hair, brown hair with short brown hair.
Yeah. Yes, for instance. So I put some drawings. So then we can say it is Bob. Okay. And we could say Tara, yeah, Tara, yeah. You fit perfectly in those both circles. And it follows that the subject Tara is a person with short hair.
Except.
Yes, and it follows that the subject Tara is a brown-haired person.
Except.
Yes, very good. So it is a common base. So she is a common base between the two. Very good. So now, what can we find? A person with short hair, which is not a brown-haired person.
A blonde hair person with a short blonde.
Yes, a short blonde, exactly. I put gray or whitish with short hair. Yes, but that's the same. Yeah, blonde would fit perfectly. It's a person with short hair, but it is not a brown-haired person. Yes, everybody agrees? Okay,
That's a better
very
example.
good.
It's very inclusive of older people. Your silver-haired, short silver-haired person. Very nice.
Yeah, short silver-haired person, yeah. Yeah, it's all inclusive. It can be anyone because I hope we will have a long life and all tend towards that. But some people will keep their hair long, yeah, I guess. Okay. So can we find a brown-haired person which is not a person with short hair?
Long-haired
hair.
brown, long brown-haired
Yes.
person.
Long
For
brown hair.
instance, For instance, Richie Blackmore, the guitarist of Deep Purple. Maybe you don't know him, but that's okay. Yes, a rocker, yeah, with long hair and brown hair. We could say, okay. It seems, I don't know, maybe Monica Bellucci, maybe. I don't know. Or we could say Apollinara. Apollinara is here with
Oh.
brown
Um,
and not a person with short hair. Yes. So it follows that you can posit the fourth possibility, someone which is not a short hair person and not a brown hair person.
A bald person.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good idea. A bald person.
Or
That's a very good
Bob
idea.
from
Yeah.
Bob from the Minions.
Yeah,
Kevin.
so
I don't know if
a,
Kevin
gi-
or
a ginger long-haired person or someone. I put a tree, for instance, but we could put also a long-haired dog, which is not a brown-haired dog. Yeah, because the dog is a person. We will have a debate about that. Okay, and also Gandalf. Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings. Yes, he's not a short-haired person and not a brown-haired person. So 4P, everybody agrees? 4 possibilities. We have A and B, A not B, B not A, and not A not B. Very good. Very good. So, okay, we have that debate about that. Yeah. Okay, what is a person? Yeah. Well, I guess you don't know the difference between the two, person and human being. What is the first answer?
Contradictory.
Yes.
no, a
But
reason not established.
yes, the result is not established.
Why do
Okay.
we say the reason is not established?
We say that because it's in Tibetan, we would say in the end of the sentence, we would say cheer. For instance, 간삭 미 니칼라 개발 가래 여미 샤기미 배칠 니칼라 개발 샤기미 배칠 in Tibetan. Chir means because. Yeah, so it's a way to assert the very first consequence. And because the challenger says cheer or gives a reason in one sense, we have to say the reason is not established. Yeah.
Okay.
So of course we will learn the different options for the defender to answer. Yeah, we will see the different answers available to the defender later. But here's just the very first answer. There is not established. Then you have time to think. Okay, so the challenger would give the opposite consequence. So it follows that you know the difference between the two, person and human being. Yeah, then you can say accept. Yeah, because you know the difference between the two. Okay, so I heard contradictory. Okay. Some people don't agree. Anafila says 3. Okay. Oh, so we will have some fights. Okay. So you still have time to check. Yeah. If we say contradictory, so it follows that there is no common base between the two, person and human being. So of course, usually during a debate, the challenger can ask the definition. Yeah, it can ask the definition of person and the definition of human being. Then when both agree on the definitions, we can compare them. Yeah, so I guess that some of you know the definition of a person. It's not so easy.
Except the person
Yeah.
is an entity that is imputed on its 5 aggregates.
Yes, very good. That's an individual, yes, or a being which is imputed independence on any of the 5 aggregates. Wow, rangi pumbong ngabo kanru la teni tapenga. Yeah, or an I, a me, yeah, or we can say kiebu, an individual or a being which is imputed independence on any of the 5 aggregates.
Okay. So even if one
Wow.
of the 5 aggregates is not there, you're still a person.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. For instance, where can we find a person which doesn't have all the 5 aggregates? Maybe me in the morning before the coffee. I don't have all my mind and mental factors.
Sleeping person, okay, somebody that's sleeping maybe does not have contact or no feelings, right?
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Yes. So feeling, the mental factor feeling is omnipresent. Yeah. So it is in the retinue of any mind. So if we say that a person doesn't have any feeling, then it follows that a sleeping person doesn't have any mind.
A person in deep sleep does not have a mind, no?
Ah, so the continuum of mind is cut. Oh, ho, ho.
Depends on the school. Depends on the school.
Yeah, we can say that there is a sleeping mind. Yeah, in that person, yeah. That person has a sleeping mind. Yeah, the mental consciousness in a very deep level. Yeah, in that case, that mind is there. There is a mental consciousness, and there are the 5 omnipresent mental factors. There is feeling and so on, but the mind is so unclear that even the feeling is very unclear. Yeah.
A yogi in samadhi.
Ah, so it follows that the yogi in samadhi doesn't have any mind. His mind is not realizing anything. There can be, yeah, the Phalavila, there can be some type of samadhi with no mind. Yeah, the absorption of cessation. The absorption of cessation for some schools, even the mental consciousness is cut during that period. But some other schools would say, no, it is not cut.
Okay.
Yeah, the gross levels of mind are cut. Yeah.
So can you
We
give
could
an example then of a person that is that doesn't have one of its aggregates?
Yes, a being which is born in a formless realm. A being which is reborn in the formless realm. There is no form for that being. Yeah? Okay. Okay, no problem. Drop it. Yes, but that's yes, the absorption of cessation, yeah, would be a good illustration as well. Okay. Okay, so that's the definition
I
of,
have a,
of the person. Yeah. Yes, please.
I have a question. That formless being, is it a person?
Is it an individual which is imputed independence on any of the 5 aggregates?
No,
No, because
it's formless. You can't see.
okay, so it follows that if you can't see anyone, then that person doesn't exist. For instance, I don't see the bardoa. I don't see the person in the bardo, yeah, in intermediate state for now. Does it mean that they
Mm.
don't exist?
No, they do exist.
Yeah, very good. Yes, like Acharya Dharmakirti said, yeah, "Ma thonchir na me pamin." Just because we don't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
we can
Thank
say
you.
that the formless beings, they don't have any form, but still they have feeling, identification, uh, composed
Contact.
phenomena. Yes, and consciousness. Yes, and they have
Consciousness,
the
yes.
all the,
How can
we
we
could say
prove
maybe,
that?
yeah, that's very difficult. That's very difficult. We need to use inference. We need to choose some valid authority. And who, for the Buddhist people, is the best authority?
Sautrantic.
The-
Shakyamuni Buddha.
Shakyamuni Buddha, yes.
Yes, the Buddha. Yes, because
Buddha.
we tend to think that he is omniscient. Yeah, so
Mm.
he knows if pretas, devas, and hell beings and so on, formless beings exist or not. Yeah, we don't know, but if he says so, we tend to accept what he says because it's not contradictory with logic and it's not contradictory with direct perception, and he doesn't contradict himself. Yeah, so it's kind of inference based on conviction and on valid authority, and that valid authority has to escape three types of contradiction. Yeah, the contradiction with direct perception, with inference or logic, and inner contradiction. If it escapes those three contradictions, we can say, okay, it is a valid authority. We can accept what he says.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have to also to analyze, is omniscience available? Is it possible? And is the Buddha himself omniscient? And so on. We need to think a lot. That's why we need to debate. Okay, so do you remember the definition of a person? I help you, yeah. Rangi pombong ngabo garo latene tape nga or tape kiebu. Yeah, a being which is imputed independence on.
Any of its 5 aggregates.
Yes, very good. Yeah, one or the other of the aggregates. Yeah, it's not necessarily the whole 5 aggregates altogether. Yeah, very good. And the definition of a human being. Yeah, the definition is very short in Tibetan. Mashe Dungowa. Mashe Dungowa means it speaks and understands the meaning. That's the definition. So it follows that the subject, a newborn baby, is not a human being.
But the baby understands.
If you speak about subtle impermanence and emptiness to the newborn baby, yeah, maybe if he's a Tulku, if he's a very high Lama, which is reincarnated, maybe he would understand. Maybe he will teach you and the emptiness and subtle impermanence. But usually speaking, a newborn baby, does it speak?
No, but it does.
No.
But it does make some sound.
Yes. Exactly.
Trying
It
to
makes
say.
some
Maybe it
sound.
speaks a different language, so we don't understand.
Yes,
From
we
a
do
previous
understand,
birth.
because the
Yeah.
baby will make some sound and it needs food, and then it's done potty. And
Yes.
everything. So
That's
that's the
why,
baby language.
some scientists nowadays, they try to teach the sign language to the parents, and then they can know with some very easy signs, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, and so on. And then the baby doesn't need to cry for hours. And he just explains just with a few signs. Yeah, that's very nice, very clever.
Oh
Okay.
my.
Yes. Yes, they discovered that with the gorillas first. And the gorillas, they can know some basics on language with the sign language. And after they applied that for babies. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that does make sense. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, interesting.
Okay. So
So is
human
a
being.
baby a human or not then?
That's the
Now I
question.
don't even know.
Yes. For instance, you know that when the Buddha first taught, he taught because the Devas asked him. Yeah, like Indra and Brahma, they offered some presents to the Buddha to ask him to teach. So he taught to human beings, but also to devas. So it follows that a deva is a human being because it speaks and understands the meaning. Aha!
No, they were the person, but
So
not
they
a
are,
human being.
but not a human being. Yeah. So that's why one of my good friends from Drepungomong, yeah, a few years ago said we could give another definition of human being. He said we could say that which is classified as speaking and understanding the meaning, that which belongs to that category. Then, yes, a deva can speak and understand the meaning, but doesn't belong to the category human being. And a baby doesn't speak and doesn't necessarily understand the meaning, but it belongs to that category. Yeah, so that's why it's a very handy way to assert a definition. What is classified as that which speaks and understands the meaning.
Hmm.
Yeah, is that clear? Yeah, okay. Yeah, classified or belongs to that category means that, yes, we can find some counter examples, but they don't belong to that category. Like the devas, yeah? Okay, so now you know the definition of person, which is?
A person is an individual imputed on any of its 5 aggregates.
Very good. And the definition of human being?
A being that belongs to the category that is able to speak and understand meaning.
Very good, fantastic. So now you can posit the difference between the two, person and human being.
Except it's 3p.
3p, okay. So it follows you can posit the perversion.
A human being is a person, but a person is not necessarily a human being.
Okay, fantastic. So let's start with the common base. Can you posit the common base between the two, a person and human being?
Sure. Apollinala is a human being and a person.
Yes, very good. Yes, you're happy to discover that, yeah, Apollinaire. Okay.
But wait, a person isn't a human? Is that because the definitions are different?
Ah, yes, we can, because we can find some illustrations of persons which are not classified as that which speaks and understands the meaning.
Person is not necessarily human. That was a
Yeah.
provision. A human is necessarily a person, but
This
a
is
person is not necessarily human.
okay. A
Yes.
person is not okay, like it's an animal too.
Yes, very good. You go much quicker than my slides. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put the common base, I put His Holiness the Dalai Lama, yeah? He's a person and he's a human being, yeah? Okay, very good. And okay, we could say, yes, he's a Buddha. So if he's a Buddha, is it necessarily a human being? Some Buddhas are devas, for instance, Arya Manjushri and so on. But still, His Holiness is a monk, he's a pure monk, and only human beings can can have the monk's vows, not the devas, yeah? So that could be approved, yeah? His Holiness is a human being because he's a monk. Okay, very good. Fantastic. And we said, yes, we can find persons which are not human beings, for instance, animals. Yes, an ant, for instance. Yes, any animal, any being which is imputed independence on any of its 5 aggregates is a person, deserve compassion, deserve love, deserve so many good things, deserve happiness. Yes, that's so important. Yeah. Okay, very good. So it follows that the subject, an ant, is not a human being.
Except
Is not a human being because?
because it cannot speak and understand meaning in the category of human beings.
Yes.
Maybe it does between themselves, but
Yes, they have some language with the how do you call that? Some perfume, some I don't remember the name in English. Still they can communicate, yeah, they have their own language and so on. Yeah? Okay, but still they are not classified as that which speaks and understands the meaning. Yeah, they are not human beings, but they are persons. They are persons because
Is there an entity imputed on any of the 5 aggregates?
yes, it's an individual which is imputed independence on any of the 5 aggregates. Fantastic. And
5 aggregates means 5 senses. The 5 senses.
so it's more than that. Yes, actually, we could say, okay, who has the 5 aggregates on the fingertips? Yes, okay. The first one is
Contact.
Contact.
form.
Oh,
Form.
Yes, it's different from the omnipresent mental factors. Yeah, that's very different. Huh?
Oh, okay,
Okay,
all
so,
right, all right.
oh my God. Oh, okay. I wrote this
so
wrong.
form. Then
Mental consciousness. Okay, it's not.
yes, we can find that in the
Yes.
last one. But the
Yeah,
second
last
one,
one, yes.
Feeling. Six.
feeling. Yeah, very
Form,
good.
feeling.
Then
Yeah.
Discrimination.
yeah,
Yes.
discrimination, fantastic. Then
Composition,
Consciousness.
consciousness, compositional factors.
yes, compositional factors. Yes, samskara. Yeah, very good. And the consciousness. Very good. Okay. Form, which means the body, we can say. Of course, when we speak about aggregates, it means all impermanent phenomena. All impermanent phenomena.
All
They
right.
are aggregates. Yeah. Okay. But of course, we have external forms and internal forms. Yeah. So external forms like that cup is external. Then our phone is external, even sometimes it seems to be internal form. We are always with the phone nowadays. But anyway, it is an external form. It has to be. So they are forms, but they are not the form aggregate in dependence on which we impute the person. Only the internal forms are, yeah? We can impute the person in dependence on the body of the person, but we cannot impute the person in dependence on the cup. Yeah, it's not
Right.
possible. Yeah, it doesn't belong to the person, to the continuum of the person. Yeah, so that's the form aggregate as well, but it's not the form aggregates independence on which we impute the person. Yeah, is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Then feelings, we have pleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings, neutral feelings, and so on. And for the eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, taste consciousness, tactile consciousness, and mental consciousness. So 18 types of feelings.
All right.
Yeah. And for the discrimination, we have the different types like conceptual, non-conceptual, and so on. But still, they belong to all the consciousnesses as well. So we have 6 types of discriminations at the very least. Then compositional factors, some are mental factors and some are not. For instance, the seeds, the karmic seeds, they are impermanent, they are not form, they are not consciousness, and so on. Yeah, the imprints, good imprints, bad imprints, and so on, they belong to that category of compositional factors. Yeah.
The
And
mental
also,
category.
sorry.
The mental category of compositional factors.
Yeah, when we speak about compositional factors, we have some which are mental, which are the afflictions and so on, the mental factors, which
Right.
are other than feelings and discriminations.
Right.
And we have some non-associated compositional factors like the seeds, imprints, and so on.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why the whole category is just compositional factors. We don't say if they are associated or non-associated. Yeah, just compositional factors, because some are associated with mind and some are not. And the last one, consciousness. How many consciousnesses do we have? At least after the coffee in the morning.
6.
6. Yeah, we could say infinite, infinite number of consciousnesses. Yeah. But still, yeah, we have 6 main consciousnesses, 6 main minds, 6 main minds. Yeah. 5 sense consciousnesses and 1 mental consciousness. Yeah. Okay. Very
So when we said discrimination, you associated it also with the six, which is six sense, six,
yes.
anything
This,
that is this five senses and mind you can have discrimination for. That gives you the data. That's why. Okay.
yes. Yes, it's an omnipresent mental factor. It is in the retinue of any main mind. Yeah, be it sense main mind or mental main mind. Yeah, discrimination is not necessarily conceptual.
Okay. So all five aggregates also have the five omnipresent, because I was getting confused with the five omnipresent.
Yeah. So among the five aggregates, we have two omnipresent, feeling and discrimination. And in the compositional phenomena, you have all the rest of the mental factors. So you have also the three other omnipresent mental factors.
Okay.
Wow, fantastic. That's very important because, you know, those debates, when we check if it is not one nor different, neither one nor different, it doesn't exist, yeah? So that's why Arya Nagarjuna is checking if the person is one or different from the aggregates. So we have to know what are the aggregates, independent on which we use that kind of reasoning, yeah? Yeah, like in the Heart Sutra, Zu me sorome dujime dujina me navache pa me mi me nawa me name cheme lume me zume dame dume rome jame cheme do, and so on. In the Heart Sutra, yeah, there's a no form, no feelings, no discrimination, and so on. Yeah, form is empty, emptiness is form. Then after we need to check, is feeling emptiness, is emptiness feeling or not? Then discrimination is empty, emptiness is discrimination, and so on. Then we use those reasonings in order to discard any type of inherent self. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those debates are made for that. Yeah. That's the aim, yeah, of those debates. It's not thinking for thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, it's nice sometimes to have some weird discussions, but the aim, the perspective is the Madhyamaka. Yeah. Okay, very good. So we said there is no human being which is not a person. Yeah. Yeah, if it is a human being, it has to be a person. Do you agree with that? Okay, very good. Very good. Then what could be none of them?
Can I say? So we said a human being that is not a person. We don't have an
So
example.
there is no, yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah,
a person that is a not okay. I wanted to question devas. Where
yeah,
would they fall in this?
yeah, like you have the ant here. You could put devas, pretas, narakas, and so on, yeah, the hell beings and so on, yeah.
So if we said like an avatar of a deva,
Yes. So we could say that an avatar of a deva is a deva.
yes.
Yeah. Because like in the Vinaya, in the monastic vows, there are some specific cities like this. They would say if we should not lie, for instance, not lie for someone to someone who is able to speak and understand the meaning, and someone who is not an avatar. Yeah, someone who is in his real form. Then that's why we have those specificities in the Vinaya in order to be sure that all the you know the conditions of a vow are respected or not. Yeah.
So an
Okay.
avatar is both a human being and a deva at the same time, no?
They are contradictory.
They are contradictory.
Yeah, they are contradictory. Yeah, it can manifest as a human being, but still his entity, his nature is a deva. Yeah.
Well, then we manifest as human being, but our nature is selflessness. So that is contradictory.
Very good. Wow, so nice. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes, we can say. So it follows that if our nature is selflessness, then the very nature of a cup is selflessness. So it follows that a cup and us, we are not different. There are some common base between a cup and a human being.
The selflessness of the cup is the selflessness of the cup. They are one with cup.
Yes.
But selflessness of Pallavi is
Selfless.
selflessness of Pallavi is
Yes.
oh, I
You can
can't
say
be one with Pallavi because Pallavi is not even if there's they are contradictory. I'm saying person of Pallavi is contradictory from selfless nature.
one entity. They are one entity. You are one
One
entity, contradictory. Yeah. Yes, very good. Okay. Yes. So yes. We could say that for the Sautrantika, the very nature of a human being is impermanent. Yeah, it's not like in the Madhyamaka. In the Madhyamaka, the ultimate truth would be permanent and would be emptiness and so on. But for the Sautrantika, we are ultimate truth. Yeah, we are ultimately able to perform function. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's very different. Yeah,
Opposite
those
of-
contexts.
Okay.
Okay, so can you find an illustration of someone or maybe not someone, something which is not a person and not a human being?
Aeroplane.
The airplane. Yeah,
Aeroplane, yes. Oh,
very
tree.
good. Yes, or tree, or anything else, any non-existent or any existent which is not a person. Because if it is not a person, it cannot be a human being. Yeah, would you agree?
Mm. Yes.
Okay, wow, very good. You did very well. Incredible. Thank you so much. And
Thank you very much.
I will send you the slides as usual and a few exercises for next time if you wish. And if some people want to join us on Mondays afternoon in France, but it depends on your location, then we can debate in a very informal way, laugh out loud, have fun, and so on. And we just miss popcorn. Okay. Thank you so much. Take
Thank you
care.
so
and
much.
have a great all the
Thank you
evenings.
very
Take care.
much.
Thank you. My pleasure. Take care and see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye bye.
See you soon.